It's February 15, 2023. I'm Todd Dunn. Today I'm aboard my 1972-3 Allied Princess Seaquestor. And why am I here in the middle of February, you might ask? Well, if you've been watching my channel, you know that in about 2 weeks I'm having a total knee replacement on my right knee. And there are a few things that need to be done to the boat before it can be launched that require more dexterity than I expect to have after the surgery for quite a while. And one of them is to reconnect the water heater, which I disconnected and drained last fall when I winterized the water system. And normally what I do is leave the water heater out of the system until after I have flushed out all of the pink antifreeze. However, that means that once I finish that, I have to go down into the bowels of the boat and reconnect the water heater. And the connection is down in the cockpit locker. Right now I'm sitting on the hatch to the cockpit locker. So, I have to go down in there, and I know from experience that that is very hard on my knees. In fact, the reason I'm going to be having knee replacement surgery is related to this cockpit locker. 10 years ago, when I was installing the Anderson electric winches that I have now, I was working on the starboard winch right here. On installing it, I was down in the cockpit locker, and while I was in there, my right foot slipped and I bent my knee in a direction it didn't want to go, and I apparently damaged the meniscus, which is the cartilage between the thigh and shin bones in the knee joint. And as a consequence of that, that meniscus is now gone completely, and I need a knee replacement. So this cockpit locker is kind of the culprit for causing my knee replacement. So what I'm going to do today is go down into the cockpit locker and reconnect that water heater, so I don't have to try to do it or hire somebody to do it and explain exactly how it's supposed to be hooked up later this year. So, time to go into the cockpit locker of doom. Okay, this is the cockpit locker, and that's where I'm going. You can just see the water heater off to the left of the view. The issue isn't getting in, it's getting out. I have the tools I need. I have the screwdriver for the hose clamps in my pocket, and I have a heat gun to warm the hoses up so that they will slip onto the barbs. It is fairly warm today, middle 40s, but it has been cold. It was well down below freezing last night. Anyway, time to scramble down in there. I'll try to shoot some video in there. I don't know if it'll work. Okay, here I am down in the cockpit locker, and what I have to do right now is disconnect my bypass fittings and reconnect the water heater. It's pretty simple, and basically what I'm going to do is get everything ready to go, and then hook everything up and we'll be set. So it's not a big problem, but it is going to be a little bit of a scramble. I'm not going to be able to film it because I'm going to need to be right where I would want to film to do it. So I'll get it done and then climb out of here. Whoa, that is done. That's a relief. You wouldn't think that disconnecting two hoses and reconnecting them someplace else would be that big an ordeal, but it's a real tight position in there, and as I recalled, it puts a huge amount of side pressure on my right knee in particular to get in there. And just because of the position I have to be in with the slope of the hull and everything, it's hard on my right knee, and it hurts a lot right now. partly because of the condition of my knee. But I definitely would not want to have climbed in there with a new knee that I only had put in a couple of months ago. So I'm glad I did it now. It's done. I don't have to fool with the water system except to fill the tank and flush it. So that's pretty straightforward. And I won't be going in there again. I am going to have to, in the future, hire people to do that kind of work for me. Unless, you know, in a few years, my knee is working better. But definitely not this summer. I am not going in there again, no matter what. So that is a project I've been kind of dreading, but now it's finished. And now I don't expect to be on the boat again before launch, so I have to get a few things done up here on board the boat. They're pretty minor. For example, that line right there goes over the side, and I've been using it to haul things up and lower things down. So I need to take that off and stow it. And back there at the back, I've got my extension cord coming up. And since I don't expect to be up here again before launch, I need to get that off the boat and take it home. It's been here all winter. So other than that, the boat is pretty much ready to go in the water. I will have to paint the bottom, and I don't think that would be a huge challenge because, you know, I'll do that 10 to 11 weeks after the surgery. I shouldn't have any trouble walking around then, and it's just a matter of painting the bottom with an extension handle on my roller, so I don't actually have to get down on my hands and knees, which is good because I don't think I'll be able to at that point. So anyway, just another preparation for knee surgery, which is, as of today, 13 days away. So I thought I'd show you this last little bit of boat work for winter 2023 aboard my 1972-3 Allied Princess Seaquestor. Thanks for watching.